Hello everyone, welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. Today we're working on Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge week 22, and it's going to have wallpaper, tissue paper, playing card, mushroom, and charm. I think you can see all my little goodies here. So I've got everything laid out. Before we get started though, got a few little things to show you. The sneaky peek for one. I'm getting to the the end of the sneaky peek period, I believe. Let me figure out where I left off here. I remember showing that. I showed this. I don't believe I showed this. So this is a little piece that was a piece of stationery. It came in invitations, I believe. And it was this little scalloped edge piece of cardstock, and I really liked it. Some cases I've taken it and dyed it, tea-dyed it and such. But in this case, I took this journal card that was in the kit, and I made a pocket. And I've got one of these little guys in there. It came from an old address book. And it has the blues, which I liked. I like the jaggedy edge. I've also got a piece on the back side here that's, I believe that was Pink Monarch prints. She had this one sheet that I really loved. And then this goes here with a little bee on it. And the Cultivate is the page tab that helps you churn it. So that is your sneaky peek of the day. All right. And then I'm working on... Get that out of the way. Oh, I did this. This is my last video. It's actually airing today, which is the 31st. You know, I'm always filming ahead. But here's my little bugs. It's snippet. It's not a snippet roll. It's a snippet strip because I can't really roll them up because of that one little area there with the craft paper. But they turned out really neat. And I forgot to show the messy stitching. I did some messy stitching on the side of both of them. And what you do with them, they will be, you probably have to cut it. You can rip it and then snip the threads and keep ripping it. And it can be used as part of a pocket, the front of a pocket decoration. It can be used as part of a cluster on the page. It could be a belly band. This one's a little thinner, so it could be a belly band down to this point on a page. You might want to strengthen the back, but you can see it was made out of maps. I just put some gesso on there, and then I did some stamping and stuff, but you see all that in the video. It's very interesting. I loved it. I loved it. I got to do more of that. I love mixed media. So, my next project... which I'm working on at the moment, and I did this piece for Miss Paints-A-Lot's page. It was a cluster. It was cluster week 1, and we were to do something. So this was it. It had to have floral focal point, a remnant, a piece of book page, and there was something else, and I can't remember it right now. Anyhow, so this is what I come up with. So I wanted to make a cover plate for a journal. So here is the journal. It's going to be a rose journal. As you can see, I made it out of the apple pie box that we enjoyed for our Memorial Day. The apple pie is almost eaten, but the box will be eternal. But this was part of a kit that I love. It's by the Journal Boat, and it's Shabby Chic Rose, I believe is the name of it. So this part and this part were one piece, and I took some pink, to put on the background. I'm sure you'll see this again. And then this piece is Pink Monarch prints because I loved the little bird, but it had a beautiful rose. You will be seeing that again because I'm going to be doing something with that cover, and then I'll show you the pages that I picked out for it. So today's little agenda with our Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge, I've pulled this pink tag out of this, which is the Salvage Tags by Mr. Tim Holtz. And a couple of these other little pieces, this, and this, I think, all came from this, which is the Ephemera Pack Memoirs. I love that one. I need to get another one again that I've went through, and I used to use it. I need to look it up and see what it is, though. So the tissue paper part is going to be this. And oh, and what I decided here, now this is going to be a piece for the Rose Journal I just showed you. So this piece is one of the background papers for the Rose Journal. And what I've done, I've just printed it out borderless, so it's 8.5 by 11. And I've got it, let's see if I can show you where to score it, if you like to do the same thing that I did. So that's 3 3/4. Then the back panel will be 4.5. So you're going to score it at 3 3/4, and then 8 3/8. Now you can adjust that. It just depends on how you want to do it. I was measuring to what I was doing here, so it's up to you. And then I scored it, what is that, 1 inch? Yeah, I scored it at the bottom to fold up 1 inch. Now I'm going to leave the inside white. I'm not worried about that. It's going to be for journaling. But this part here will be to fold up. And it'll make a little pocket for the inside, if I can get it folded just right. There we go. And I will probably need to... well, I really scored that incorrectly. let me say that right now. Because even though it's a thin paper, I'm still going to get in here with my scissors and cut that little wedge out, just because I don't like it to be too bulky, and I know that'll bow up on me. I just know it will. I've done it before, and it's bowed up on me. All right, so we got that part done. Now we're going to get our glue out and glue this shut for now, and I'm going to just put a little bit here on each side and roll it up. It's a very, very narrow little pocket, and it's just mostly for show. But you do have the choice to put something like smalls. I call them smalls. Any kind of little tiny tickets, like these guys. Little tiny things. Or something very lightweight would fit in here. Like just the perfect type of tag. I filled up my bottle, but then it still won't sit up. It wants to fall over. Okay, so the idea here, I wanted the skinny or the smaller side to fold in. And it's to fold in there. And then the larger side is to go here. Now, this wallpaper, and at first I was going to say, oh, I didn't have any wallpaper, but I did. It has teapots on it, and it's old as Methuselah. I wanted to pick the pink one, but it was just too big. So here's the one I'm using today. It was on the very end over here, so it's got a rip and it's got a sticky spot. And so we're going to make it work. I've ripped the edge of it here. I'm going to cut it right there, so it's going to be along the line right there of the edge. It's got this pretty little pink roughed up area there. So we're going to make it work. Just make it work. Cut it right like that. That can get thrown away. There's no hope for it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this down. I'm going to open it just so I don't make no mistakes, because it's going to go about right there in the center and along this edge. And I think my art glitter glue will do the trick for me. I hope everybody's doing well, and I'm so happy you come to visit, see what I'm getting up to. Got all kinds of projects in my head rolling around, and you know, when you do that, it like fizzes you out to actually do anything, because there's too much rolling around up there. I've had that happen a lot. A lot. So I'm trying to get a few of them out here in video form. so I could free up some space up there. Lord knows I need a lot of that. Okay. There we go. That edge is down. It just doesn't, it's kind of rough looking. I'm telling you, this wallpaper, I don't know where all it's been, but it's lived a hard life. So that part is down, and we're going to fold that shut. And our piece here with the card, I need to decorate it. So it's going to get the tissue paper. And this tissue paper I got at a Hobby Lobby. It's only $1.49, and you get tons of it. You actually get 5 sheets, 20 by 20 inches. And if you need to do some, I can't get it out of there. If you need to do some collages or need to dress up something, you know, with a little bit of tissue paper or a little zhuzh, because this is a pretty pink with a gold dot. There's a white one with a gold dot. I think there was another one. I just can't remember what the color of that one was. But we're just going to take this little piece right here and rip it. Ooh, ripped a lot of it. We'll size it down here in just a minute. Get that out of the way. Now, all you're going to need is a glue stick. And I had a piece of paper here somewhere. Here we go. So all we're going to do, we're going to size this baby up just a little bit more. Let me cap this glue because I never trust it. And we're going to see, which way was I going to go? I want my mushroom to be on here, down here. And then I can't remember if I wanted something else on here or not. We'll go with that in a minute. We're going to start right here by taking, and where is, yeah, okay. Now, I thought that looked like a mushroom all on its own anyway. I thought, ooh. Okay, let me put that over to the side. Here we go. We're going to take and put us a little bit of glue. Actually, I think I'm going to not worry about that glue, and I'm going to go with this. Because that glue stick, it's hard to work with sometimes, especially when you've got something lightweight like this and in a small size. So we're just going to kind of rub it down. Try to get it to the outside edge, and then we're going to rub it with the bone folder because that will spread it out for us. I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day and got to eat some good food. We had kielbasa, and you want to do this gently because I've ripped this before. We had kielbasa that was made like hot dogs. We had actual hot dogs. I made some hamburgers. So I had some macaroni salad. And I made some baked beans. So we had all the traditional foods. Plus the, you know, the apple pie. That was the best of all of it. All right, let me get this out of the way. So our little guy looks like that after we covered it. Plus you can get in here and scruff him up a little bit with some, I've got some gathered twig here. And you might want to just do your outside edge. It always cleans the edge up, makes it framed looking, and that kind of good stuff. All right. Oh, look how. And then you can rub it over the surface as well to kind of give it more color and make it a little grungy. I seem to be in the grungy lately. That's okay. Yep. Okay. Now, this was a gift from Mike and Jen, who seem to be in Ireland now and enjoying themselves. And it looks like such a fun trip. I'm so glad they got to go. They sent me some happy mail a while back, and I was so appreciative. All kinds of little goodies was in there. Okay, so this little guy's going to go here. I know I'm probably going to have to trim that little bit of clear off, but that is okay, Jose. All right. There we go. It looks like little mushrooms in the background back there. And there's another one. All right, that's down pretty good. Let me trim that. And, oh, I had a little corner hair trim. There, that did it. All right, what's next? We have, well, this is actually going to be the piece that's going to hold the whole thing closed. I guess you could consider this a trifold. I think that's what I'm going to call it. It's just a simple version of a trifold. Now, I had this piece that was left over from my mermaid. This was the negative of one of these bubble die cuts. That's Mr. Tim Holtz items. So I'm going to put that on here. And it's got like little music. I wanted something on the backside. So I'm thinking you'll see it. I'm thinking. Because I'm thinking I'll have this hanging off. I think that was the whole idea. Go put it at the lower section here. I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to come back and trim it. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this down on the teapot. And the place I'm going to put it is like right along that edge. So I think about right here. Now, if you didn't like the red or whatever colors on the back of your playing card, you can put some gesso on it. You can put some tea-dye paper on it. You can do something to kind of calm that down so it's not so blaring. Sometimes you may want to play with the color that's there and have red elements, which I do have some red on the mushrooms, so I thought maybe that would work. Okay, so I'm going to push that down. Now let's clear this one out. And, oops, try to go around the outside edge. I've got smaller shears that cut better. They're fussy cutting. I like these, though, because you got one big swath that you can do it at one pinch. I guess it's pinch. So that's what we have here. We're going to just do the outside edge. I got glue on me already. All right. And got one extra little goodie. All right. Now, I plan with the gold dot idea, but I also like the idea that this is going to be hanging off the page and maybe part of the page turner or whatever you want to call it. So we are putting our glue right there. I'm going to put this down right there. Oops, I got a little too much. And we're going to see how that works. And the other part that I'm working with here, let me remember. I know this is supposed to be back here. That is on that back page. That's on the inside, and I think this may be on the inside as well. Okay, this, I believe, was going to be part of my card. I believe that's where I was planning on doing that. Tell you what, let's undo it, and I believe that's where this was going. I was trying to pick out pinks, since it's a rose journal. Yep, I'll put that right there. And then we had, oh, well, sorry, I was doing so much wiggling that I was about to ready to let the phone take a dive again. I tell you, I'm that poor phone. I make it take a dive all the time. I wanted some numbers to show, so that's why I've picked this. And it's going to go right there. That works. Yep, I can still see that. This was to go down here. I believe it was going there. And I had handle with care because it's a hot teapot. you know where I'm going. We also had, I'm trying to remember what went where. Don't know if that was going to go in there or what. Let's see. I know this was to go up here. I don't know what was going to go on top. So we're going to work with this one because I know this went down here. Handle with care. So this was a die cut I got from somewhere. Now I can't even remember where. You know, sometimes you get gifted with things and I just can't recall. Where you got one of those old brains and it won't remember anything. Okay, I think that's good. So we're going to put that right here to cover this corner. Or handle with care. And that's going to bring my black down here to this lower area, which is always good. And I think I'm going to put it right there. And then this piece here with the I want to say JFK all the time, but it's FJK. I think I might stick it there and then have that over top of it. Yeah. Looks good, looks good. It's coming together. I have to control myself sometimes though, because, you know, you don't want to cover things up that you might want to have visible. You don't want to overload it, which I am prone to do. I am prone to do that. Okay, I want to stagger it just a tad. There we go. And I'm going to go on the inside now because I'm not sure. I know where this goes, but I didn't know where I wanted to put this. This is definitely going right there. I may have to cut that little bit of a flower head off right there. I think we're good. Yep. So we're going to glue the lower section of it. Definitely. Am I on screen? Yeah. But the upper, I'm going to have to let go because I think it's going to go off the top. Yeah. About right there. That gives me my rose on the inside here. It's a pretty rose too. And we have this. Maybe that was to go on here. Oh, I think the JFK was too as well. Whoopsie. I think that was going to be in my pocket. I'm not sure what else. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and put it on this crazy address thing here. It's one of those old Rolodex holders. I just needed something on there. I like the idea of having some numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, something like that. That's good. All right. That made my paper pucker a little bit, but I think I'll be okay. I could always shore that up on the inside. Now, the way this was to close is the card, get my hand on it, the card is to slide down in there like that. And that holds it shut. See? Now, this part up here with a little circle, I can put a little charm on. I do have charm as one of my things, but I was going to put it right here. It's going like between these two and kind of, and the heart, see the heart goes with the heart that's down here. So I thought that tied in really well. And I don't feel like making it a dangle, you know. So you don't always have to make your charms a dangle. They could just be pretty hardware. There. All right. Do we have everything? Do we? Let me see. Let me wipe off my nose. We'll find out. So we have wallpaper, which was my teapot. We have tissue paper, which is the gold dot. Playing card. We have a mushroom. And we have a charm. So that's my little piece, and it will be going into my journal. And like I was telling you here, this is going to be probably in a pocket. I made it to be only about 4.5 inches wide. A 5-inch pocket will be perfect. So I'll put it on the right side of the page, and then it's going to be able to be like that, where I can lift the whole page up and flip with it. So that was my whole idea behind that. Well, I want to thank all my subscribers and my watchers and everything for coming to visit, and I hope you got a few ideas from this. It's just very simple, very easy, just gluing things down and hoping they're in the right spot, trying to be color coordinated. And I hope you got some inspiration. Well, I really thank you. Come back again and see me, and I'll show you some more stuff. Bye-bye.